From Careco TV, we proudly present one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. From the mountains of the great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors. Isle, Minnesota, a sleepy town on the shores of Lake Mille Lacs. This quiet corner of the world claims a resident population of nearly 800 people. But on Memorial Day weekend of 2012, well, that number nearly doubled when 225 of the best walleye teams in the country pulled into town to fish the premier walleye tournament in the country.
We're at the NTC, Cabela's NTC and Masters Walleye Circuit, Mille Lacs Lake event. It's, May 31st, tomorrow morning when we get started. Fishing Mille Lacs Lake is an awesome time of the year right now. It's where you can catch walleyes doing whatever you like.
You can fish in 30 feet of water, you can fish in 2 feet of water. They're everywhere. As far as we can see, you can catch them in channels, you can catch them in along bull rushes. It's just a great fishery.
They are catching fish. They're having a little trouble finding the overs. This is a slot lake, so they're catching the unders fish, but the overs are kind of tough to come by. The good part of that is it's anybody's ball game. It kind of takes the home lake advantage out. One big bite could put you right at the top of the pack.
Now, there are two events going on here at Lake Mille Lacs. The Master Walleye Circuit will crown a winner after 2 days, and the Cabela's National Team Championships top 25 qualifying teams will fish the third and final day. On the first morning, more than 200 teams filter out of Walleye World Marina. We'll begin our coverage with Derek Navis and Corey Springle.
We're running quite a ways this morning. We're going to go all the way to the north end of the lake, but should have a nice calm day to run up there, so it should be easy running. We're going to start off the day. One of us is going to use a crawler and one of us is going to use a minnow just to get going, and then kind of see what works better from there. Some big fish down there. First one of the day, a little too big, but it's a bite.
In addition to locating and catching fish, anglers must also contend with the walleye slot limits here on Lake Mille Lacs. Walleye have a minimum length of 14 inches, and any fish within the 17-inch to 28-inch slot limit must be immediately released. Teams may keep 2 overs, meaning fish longer than 28 inches. The slot limits protect the breeding stock in the lake, ensuring healthy populations for future generations.
Another beautiful fish, but it's got to go back.
Now, the basic strategy for most teams is to catch 5 below 17 inches in length, then go to the hunt for the big fish. Consensus is that it will take at least 2 overs for any team to have a chance at the win.
16 and a half. Nice. Finally got one of the ones we're looking for.
As expected, Lake Mille Lacs provide anglers with plenty of action on the first day.
Caught our 5 fish. Weren't exactly the ones we were getting pre-fishing, but we got a limit, and we go out tomorrow. We're going to try to pretty much do the same thing, maybe try to get a few bigger ones, and then try to maybe go out in the mud and look for one of our overs.
Wrapping up the first day of competition, we'll head back into Walleye World Marina for weigh-in.
We had a good day. We got our 16 and a half, 16s. We got 5 fish. We probably would have found 30-some pounds of fish if we hadn't, with the slots, but it is what it is. We'll take it.
We had a really great morning bite. My partner, he must have caught 20 fish in probably the first hour and a half, so I was busy netting.
Looking at the standings at the end of day 1, Travis Sanger and Terry Zimmerman are sitting at the top after bringing in a 5-fish limit anchored by a fish weighing in at 7.78 pounds. With one more day before the top 25 cut, nearly anybody at the top half of the pack still has a shot. Stay with us as we move into the second day of competition at the Cabela's National Team Championship from Lake Mille Lacs in Isle, Minnesota. Cabela's, your source for top-of-the-line walleye gear, like the Daiwa AccuDepth Plus 8 line counter reel. Pick up this or any of Daiwa's line of tackle and gear online at Cabelas.com.